To know what is right and not do it is the worst form of cowardice. Water, waterbird, wind, man. They make the movements of the marsh sonata. Marsh music, as old as time itself. Time. There are some who say that a thinker, an educator, a professor such as me spends too much time out here. Now, there are times that I'm convinced I have spent centuries out here. The old market gunners tell me of the winged beats that sounded like sudden storms, of the flocks that blackened the moon, and I want to say yes. I remember. I was there. A student tells me of first hunt with a strangely self-conscious father, and of bluebird morning and his ninth fall, and of sticking his head out of the blind, just as three mallards had set their wings. And I somehow remember there were pintails, not mallards. I closed my eyes, and that languid zone just bore true sleep. I can see the smoke of Indian fires. Over there, out there. Now, I can smell that smoke. And the marsh music. I cannot recall a time without music. Oh, and I've seen changes. The ancients hunted here to eat. Others hunted here and sold their kills for cash. Today, hunting is a sport, a diversion. You know, this puzzles me. A diversion suggests something that's free of hardship, pleasant, free of risk, free of any physical work. Hunting, even in this day, none of that. Oh, who knows how many times and how many lifetimes I've walked this marsh with a shotgun. This place is in my soul. The smiles I've had here have never been the whimsical, carefree kind. So now comes the day of the sport hunter. But I think even a sport hunter, in his heart, knows this is a serious business.
You know, this feels good to me. Feels kind of ducky out here today. This could be a get-even day. Mark, back to 2 o'clock. You know, I might have got that third one. It sort of dipped down after I shot. Well, I'm glad you did it. It's about 10 feet of water out there. In order to get it, we'd have to survive hypothermia followed by drowning.
Generations come and go, and each one seems to spawn their own form of ignorance. A get-even day? For whom? For the hunter who has spent several duckless days in the blind? What about the fact that wetland habitat and waterfowl populations have shown steady decreases since the turn of the century? When do we have a get-even day for the resource? Sadly, it's just as easy to teach someone the wrong way to do things as it is the right.
Hey, it might be a good time for lunch. What do you say? Let's go. I gotta hand it to you, brother. He's a great kid. Yeah, Chris is a good kid. Well, with every privilege comes a responsibility. What are you getting at? Nothing. I'm just trying to teach Chris the right way to do things, that's all. And? Well, you know, face it, Larry, yeah. Yelling, sucks at 2 o'clock, you know, that doesn't quite do it. You know how much time I spent with Chris on identification? Identification is everything. Oh, they were pintails. Anybody could see that. Well, he didn't see that. He's not that good yet. Well, to be honest with you, I'd rather have him take his time and miss a shot than to just have... Excuse me. It's not a matter of excusing, Larry. Just trying to teach him to be responsible when we come out. And I'm irresponsible? Is that what you're saying? Larry, you could have hit that duck with that first shot if the Lone Ranger would have given you a silver BB. Hey, the most you could have done is made a cripple we couldn't get back without a dog. Hey, look, big brother. And let me just tell you something. Frankly, I don't believe in this get-even day stuff. Okay. Before this hunting lesson goes on any longer, let's get something straight. You know, when we were kids, I could outfish and outhunt you on my worst day, and you know it. I think that galls you. I think you're afraid I'm going to show you up in front of your own kids. And I think using your kid to try to throttle me is... Well, I'm not going to stick around and listen to it anymore. Come on, Larry. Come on. I'll tell you what, this is a big march. I'll go find my own spot. I'll just meet you back at the truck in 4 hours. All right? Just continue your little biology lesson here, and we'll see who gets the most stuff. Larry, for crying out loud. This is good. Just promise me something. Promise me that when you're done teaching Chris his march manners, tell him one more thing. Tell him why I'm the one with all the game.
Good day. I'm Officer Lundgren, State Fish and Wildlife Department. I'm here to take a look at your licenses and check your shotguns. Can I have a look at those licenses, please?
Sure. Well, here they are. This is mine and my son's.
All right. Looks good. Your federal stamp is signed. Any luck today?
One bird. We're ducks.
That's right. You know how to identify.
I heard where it couldn't come.
Good. Identification protects those ducks. Everybody who hunts should understand that, no matter what age they are. Okay, I want to look at your shotgun for a plug. I want you to unload it and give me the shells and then the shotgun. And now give me the second. Give me back your shells.
All right.
There's one. And two more. Okay, I want to take a look at that shotgun.
I just unloaded it.
Okay. Stop.
You still catch many people with unplugged shotguns?
The only surprising thing about this job is that there's really nothing that surprises me. Unfortunately, I see it all.
Must be a good detective.
Some people make honest mistakes, but yeah, there's others that it's been a pleasure to put out of business. I wish we could catch more.
Are there lots of them? Christmas innings? Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something, that, well, maybe I shouldn't. There isn't now, there's never been, and there never will be enough conservation officers to protect the waterfowl resource. Hunters and other people don't voluntarily do those right things. Have a good one.
Thanks a lot.
I know.
Have a good day.
Ibsen said that the true test of a man's character is to know what he'd do if he knew for certain he would never be found out. And part of the beauty of this place is that here you can be as alone as you choose to be. You know, most of us, when we're out here, bring a small voice with us. You can call it a conscience or whatever you like, but if you don't hear that small voice, perhaps you don't understand the importance of this place. That officer said it well. If we choose to do wrong when we hunt, there aren't enough police to stop us. And logic tells us that if we abuse this resource, soon there won't be any resource to abuse.
Sky buster. He practically called me a game violator. We'll see who knows how to get stuck. That's it. Come on down. All right. I double. Uh-oh. That's no greenhead. Boy, there's not much happening out here, huh?
It's just kind of nice being out here.
That it is.
I'm glad Uncle Larry went off by himself.
Why? I thought you two were real big buddies.
I just thought we can hunt for the same reason we do.
Afternoon. I'm Officer London, Fish and Wildlife Department.
Afternoon.
I want to take a look at your license, and I'm going to check your shotgun for a plug.
Sure.
Wonder how Uncle Larry did.
I don't know. I heard a lot of shooting down at the south end of the marsh, though.
Yeah, Uncle Larry always takes a lot of shots.
Yeah, he does. You know why I don't?
Yeah, you don't take long shots because you don't want cripples.
That's absolutely right. Especially since I don't have a retriever. You know what I think I'll do this year? I think I'll take my Christmas bonus and go shopping for a dog.
All right.
You know, a good dog's a hunter's best friend for sure. Especially when it comes to retrieving a cripple.
Do you think there should be a law for hunters to use retrievers?
A law? I guess not. A dog's one of those things you should do if you can.
There are a lot of things you should do.
That's absolutely right, son. That's probably one of the most important things I could ever teach you about hunting. Things like licenses and bag limits, they're the law, and we need to obey all the laws.
Even laws you don't like?
Well, you deal with those laws by working to change them, not by ignoring them. If it's the law, it's the law. But I'm talking about doing things because they're right and decent and respectful. Things like treating landowners and fellow hunters with respect. Or when we're out here, if you see a piece of garbage or something, pick it up. Leave it a better place than you found it. Become a member of Ducks Unlimited or an organization like that. You know, Chris, this marsh has been here for thousands of years, but it's still here for numerous experiences. And the only way we can say thanks to that is accept the challenge of handing it out again. Seriously. You know what I mean? It has to do with just doing the fair thing.
Children have greater need of examples than of critics.
Can I see your bird?
Yeah, I did.
This is all you have? I've heard a lot of shots from this area this morning.
Well, you know how it is sometimes. Can't seem to hit a bull with a fiddle.
You haven't misplaced any, have you?
No, I don't think so.
You sure? Sometimes a hunter, even a good one, misidentifies something. Maybe shoots something you shouldn't.
Well, you got to be careful.
Well, sometimes they try to sink it or bury it instead of calling it to our attention. That just compounds the sin, you know? Have a good day.
Beautiful day.
Yeah, not bad.
Where's the one you left in the marsh?
What?
The bird you left in the marsh.
Look, I made a mistake. The sun got in my eyes, and I thought it was another greenhead.
The law exists to protect the resource. Now, you know better than to shoot a bird without being sure. How would you explain that to Chris?
Chris? My nephew? How'd you know about him?
Oh, I've watched him for years. And I've watched you since you were his age.
Me?
Oh, yeah. I'd like you to think about something. Now, you may on occasion fool a wildlife officer, but that doesn't replace a protected bird you killed.
Yeah, look, I got to get going.
Now, you can walk away from me, but not yourself.
Who are you?
Someone who loves this marsh? When you get back to your brother's truck, take a close look at Chris. And understand that when you take game that legally or ethically is not yours to take, even if you get away with it, you've done your bit to jeopardize his future out here. And that of his children. And someday even your own. You took something that wasn't yours to take. And you didn't have respect enough to bring it out of the marsh.
Why are all these things shot up around here?
No respect for property, I guess.
What do they do about it?
The only thing they can do, replace them. The trouble is we all have to pay for it. Kind of like the ducks in the marsh. They belong to no one, but they belong to everyone. If any damage is done, we all have to pay for that, too. And not just us, generations to follow.
Hey, the limit.
Yep. Hey, little brother. The guy with the big bag, you're pretty quiet. Wait here a second. I'll be right back.
We should get that.
Well, I shot it, Chris. The sun was in my eyes, and well, I made a mistake. Let's go home.
What do we do now?
All right, what's going on? Is Chris around? No, he's got a scout meeting. I just made some wood duck houses. I thought maybe he might want to go out and help me set them out. What'd you do with that bird? I took it over to the ranger station. Did he write you up? No. Look, there's nothing I can do to put that bird back. You know, Dave, for the first time in my life, I feel like I stole something. Hey, look, if you made a mistake, learn from it. That's all. I feel like I need to make it up to Chris. Nah, you don't have to do that. I guess sometimes you do things not because you have to, but because you should. Hey, look at that. Geese are coming back. Yeah. And I think it's going to be a great year. I really do.
To know what is right and not do it